So as part of the work that I'm doing for my baby room, I'm building several things. This particular piece is not for my baby room, but rather for my room, because obviously when your baby is first born, he can't sleep in his own room. So this is a bassinet that's going to allow me to have him over my bed. This is the Halo Bassinest. Seems to be a fairly popular model. Mine is the Essentia, so it doesn't have the little soothing center thing, but the rest of the structure should be the same as an Essentia model, except for you add on the little soothing center on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to build this. So here are all the parts that were inside the box. I kind of just separated them out. This is going to be the base. Those are the legs. There's some bolts that go into it. So I've got my trusty drill here, or driver. Here's the cushion. Won't need this just now. We'll need to work with the base, with the bassinet itself. So let's just go ahead and put the legs down onto the base. This should be pretty straightforward, not really too different from building an office chair in some ways. So basically this right here, right, just slide into this, you'll put a couple bolts in, and you'll turn it around and keep doing the same thing. Another. One. Could do this with a screwdriver, but the drill just makes life so much easier. This kind of needs to go like that. You gotta make sure that it goes into the little lever here. There's a little gap. There's one. There's two. Alright. Let's roll this around. When you put these screws in, right, it has to go through both layers of this piece. So you have to kind of align the bolt so that it comes out of here and grabs into the base. Just keep that in mind. If you start threading and you don't feel it doing anything, it's because it's stuck on the opposite end here. Alright, and with that, the base is built. Now let's go ahead and assemble the upper portion, and then we should be able to attach the upper portion to this. Alright, so let's assemble this component. This obviously goes toward the bottom, towards the base, but we've got to kind of structure these little side things in. So what you do is flip this over, put it in this bag, right? You bring these up like this. Now, you take off this Velcro, see that there's these tubes here. Alright, so according to the instructions, this thing should click in here. You want to push in these little pins. There's one. And there that goes sometime soon. That should be two. Let's see. There we go. Man, it's kind of hard hard to get a good grip on some of this stuff. You may want to keep that in mind. Mainly because this is in the way. And the contour of this also, right, this being curved kind of makes it hard to force the tubes in. It seems like the edge of the tube is catching. There we go. Now, I do believe this comes off. Okay, there we go. So we undid that Velcro. This bottom thing should catch into here. So you see there's this little tab right here. That little tab should lock in this bottom portion. Hard to show this on camera. Alright, there we go. So you want to insert this like that. There we go. Now that's in. Let's reattach all this Velcro stuff. It's just to conceal this, if you will. That. I had a dandy little pocket here to put stuff into. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So undo this Velcro from here. Lower Velcro, side Velcro, opens, take off this stuff. Another little arm here. Right, you'll notice by the way that these say A on them, that has the red letter A. Matches up to red letter A here. These are sided apparently, so maybe you don't want to put this on the opposite side. So let's see. Push a little pin, that side's in. And this is a little rough for my taste. And honestly, I think the A side needs to go in last. Let's pull this out real quick. Ah, oh, shoot. Yeah, that's definitely has to go in last. There's no reason why this should be so difficult. If you got a mom building this thing, she's not going to be happy. I don't know why they did this. It's a lot harder, I guess, than the other side just because I already did the other side, so there's not as much give. But here we go. Just kind of forced it apart. Now I just kind of got to force it in past this little groove here and get the pin. Part that sucks. There we go. Alright. So, same as before, little under piece you need to get this into. You want to stretch this out. There we go. Smack that on. Velcro this, Velcro this, Velcro the bottom. And this is built, of course, want to take our cushion, drop it in here, and now I'll bring my base over. And this base is ridiculously big and sturdy, which is a good thing, right? Confidence inspiring. So let's go ahead and just bring this part, pop it onto this, and there we go. Thing's built. You can go ahead and install it over your bed, and obviously you adjust the height kind of through this thing here, so you would like let this go. This would allow you to pull it up and then lock it into place. If you have a higher or lower bed, you can have the adjustment that you need there. Alright, so here's the final thing over our bed. As you can see, this height that I set it to earlier in the other shot is actually perfect for our particular bed. It has this swiveling feature, so you can kind of move it around wherever you want it in space, kind of help you position it. But ideally, our baby will be sleeping here for the first few months, and that way it starts crying in the middle of the night. It's fairly easy to access the baby, get the baby fed, changed, etc. Couple things to keep in mind is this base is like really heavy. You may want to build this in the space where you're going to leave it, because those big legs on the base are not friendly for getting through doors. I had to angle it in a smart way in order to not, smash into the walls as I was coming in here. But other than that, I mean, that weight is there for a reason, right? It makes this very stable. Those very long legs also contribute a lot. It's funny, the upper part kind of like has a little give, but that base is rock solid. Like, it's not going anywhere. I don't think there's anything a newborn can do to really topple this over. It's enough to do as an adult. So pretty happy with this thing overall. Just keep in mind, you build it in the space where you want to leave it, and kind of set it where you want. It has these rubber things on these feet here, and they don't really let this thing slide that easily. You kind of have to like lift it to make it go somewhere. Otherwise, if you do this is not sliding anywhere. Which again, it's kind of annoying for positioning purposes, but it's great for safety. Once your baby's there, you can trust that that thing will stay still the whole night, not go anywhere, which is exactly what you want. So there's a little neat feature about this thing, and it's if you lift this up, you'll see that there's this little gray tab. This kind of allows you to lock this thing, and the reason it allows you to lock it is because, and that drives me to the neat feature I want to discuss, this little thing has the ability to come down so that you can easily access the baby. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that when you need to reach the baby, you can do this. This side will go down, right? And that will allow you easier access to your baby, which is pretty neat little feature. But let's say your baby starts getting a little older, is now a little bit more mobile, maybe has the ability to kind of come this way. In order to stop him from, or her from doing that, right? You can lock this in place, and now it won't come down. But I'm gonna leave it like this because first few months, this is gonna come in handy. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post up more videos. If you have any feedback, anything you'd like to see, feel free to leave that in the comments. And as always, thank you guys for watching.